Hi, this is Mrs. Clark, and welcome to my video on writing an equation of a line given a table. So let's fill in the first 3 steps together, and then we will do these 2 examples together, and that will be it. All right, so first step, as always, is to find our slope. So under number 1 here, let's write, find the rate of change or slope. So that's m equals. We're going to try to figure out what m equals, right? Second thing we're going to need to do is find our y-intercept. Which is the value of y when x equals 0. It's going to be important and a key piece to this finding the equation in a table. So last thing that we have to do is substitute in our m and b. Into y equals mx plus b. So we're going to do one more straightforward example and then one that could be a little tricky. Okay? So first thing we have to do is find our rate of change or our slope. So what we're going to do is we're going to go pick any 2 points, and we can actually calculate our slope. We can actually look all the way down the table as well to see what the change is. So we could do it a couple different ways. We could pick the first 2 points and use our slope formula. We can look at the change and see what's happening as I go down. Either way is going to give us the same answer. As I look down my x's, I notice they're increasing. So first, this is increasing by 2, then it's increasing by 3, then it's increasing by 3 again, then it's increasing by 2 again. So it looks like our rate of change is not constant here. And if I look at the y's, I see the same thing. First, it's subtracting 6, then it looks like it's subtracting 9, then it's decreasing by 9 again, and then it's decreasing by 6 again. So it looks like not a constant rate of change. But when I look to find my actual change in y over change in x, I'm going to see that even though the first time I have negative 6 over 2 and the second time I have negative 9 over 3, and then they kind of repeat again, that those are actually equal to each other. So that equals 9 over 3, and that equals negative 6 over 2. All of those end up being the same. It actually is a constant rate of change. Because if I reduce them all, I get negative 3 over 1. So here I'd be dividing by 2, here I'd be dividing by 3, but either time I'm going to get negative 3 over 1, negative 3 over 1, negative 3 over 1. So our slope is negative 3 over 1, or just negative 3. All right? So if I want to find my b, I'm looking for the value of y when x equals 0. So if I look in my x column, I see a 0 right here. So this ordered pair, this point, is going to tell me my b value. So from here, I'm going to know that b equals 4. So luckily for me, that was right in my table, and I'm able to just kind of read that b value right out of the table. The point would be 0, 4. But the only piece that I'm interested in is this y value, so my b is 4. And then lastly, I just have to take this m and this b, and I have to put them into my y equals mx plus b. So down here on the line, I'm going to write y equals, the slope was negative 3, so I'm going to put a negative 3 there, x plus b, which is 4, so I'm going to put plus 4 because it's a positive 4. And that's it. So the equation that matches this table is y equals negative 3x plus 4. Now when I go look at this example, it's going to be a little bit different, but I can do it the same way. First find my m, then find my b, then write my equation. So first, if I want to look at what's happening here, these are all increasing as I go down, increasing by 1 every time. So plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, right? If I look over here, these are increasing by 2. So this one's a little simpler because it looks like a constant rate of change right from the beginning. Okay, so my slope, my m, is going to be 2 over 1, or just 2. So m equals 2 in this case. So step 1 done. Now I got to find my b. So remember, b is the y value, or the value of y when x equals 0. If I go to my x's, I don't have x equals 0. But if I look at these numbers, we're getting closer and closer to 0 as I go this way. If I kind of continue this table out by adding 1 and then adding 1 again, I'm going to get to 0. So if I continue by adding 1 here and adding 1 here, kind of continuing that rate of change, I could do the same thing on this side and continue this side. The pattern I see here, which is plus 2, is going to give me 22, and then plus 2 again, it's going to give me 24. So right here, now I can see my b value is going to come from this point, 0, 24. My b is going to be 24. Right, because this value told me b was going to be 24, because that's when x was equal to 0. So to write my equation, it's y equals my slope, which is 2, x, plus my b, which is 24, so plus 24. And there we go. That's how I write an equation from a table in slope-intercept form. Thanks for watching, and now go ahead and do some practice.